Hello. In this video, we're going to find the inverse function of f of x. Then we're going to graph f of x, f inverse of x, and y equals x all on the same axes. Okay. F of x equals 3x plus 1 is our function. And to find the inverse function, the first thing we're going to do is replace f of x with y. So it gives me y equals 3x plus 1. Then we're going to draw a line because everything beyond this point is going to be the inverse function. And y equals x is the line about which we are reflecting. So it's going to give me x is equal to 3y plus 1. All x's become y and all y's become x. Subtract 1 from both sides. So that's going to give me x minus 1 is equal to 3y. Then, of course, divide by 3 on both sides. So that gives me y equals x minus 1 all over 3. And here's the thing. This is technically the inverse function. This is f inverse of x equals x minus 1 all over 3. But notice that that's a constant in the denominator. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down into this. This is going to give me x over 3 minus 1/3, which is the same thing as saying 1/3 x minus 1/3. And what happens here is that this is a linear function. Okay? So that is our inverse function. That is the inverse of f of x. Now what we want to do is we want to graph f of x. We want to graph f inverse of x. And we're going to graph y equals x all on the same axes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to graph f of x. And f of x is 3x plus 1. That's a line. The y-intercept is 1. The slope is 3. Remember, m equals 3 is the same thing as 3 over 1, which is the same thing as negative 3 over negative 1. So 0, 1 is the y-intercept. And then we use the slope, 3 over 1. Rise over run, up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. Or down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. And then connect all of this with a trusty straight edge. There you go. That is the line of f of x. That is the graph of f of x. Next, let's graph the line y equals x. Fantastic. Now the question becomes, what is the line of the graph of f of x equals 1/3 x minus 1/3? We could, put a point here at 1/3, and then use the slope of up 1, right 3, up 1, right 3, and so on and so forth. But it's not the best way of doing this. Notice that because because f inverse of x is the inverse of f of x, I know it's kind of weird to say that, that means that any coordinate we see here can just be reversed, and that will give you the f inverse of x. So if we look at this, notice that, let's say this coordinate, or the original coordinate, the y-intercept is 0, 1. That means that the inverse would be 1, 0. Good. And as long as we have one point here, we can find all of the points because 1/3 is the slope. So it can go up 1, right 3, up 1, right 3, up 1, right 3, or down 1, left 3, down 1, left 3, down 1, left 3. And notice that all these points are going to be the inverses of these. Oop. No, I didn't, for sure. There we go. Helps if I can count to 3. There we go, that's better. And then just connect these with a trusty straight edge. And there we go. By the way, notice that both of those cross the line of y equals x at the same point. Good deal. Well, I believe I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I will see you in the next one. Have fun.